Good evening. My name is Kerry Baker, and welcome to the Iron Sights Training Center open house information session. So obviously what we're trying to do here is create a state-of-the-art training facility. As you can see there, the intent is a dual-use type facility that caters to both the recreational sport shooting community as well as the law enforcement specialized security organizations. So we have static lanes for recreational shooting to include simulation systems as the one that we've got on display from TI Industries in Golden, Colorado. But we've also designed this facility so that it can meet the needs of police, law enforcement, the basic law enforcement officers, but also the high-speed law enforcement officers that man our emergency response teams. That, at the end of the day, when they're called in on a job, got to be able to do the high-speed stuff, so the facility is designed to meet those training needs and challenges that they have to face on a daily basis to look after all of us. All right. In addition to that as well, we're looking at the retail side, being able to provide a retail outlet that really focuses on the recreational shooting community, not so much the hunting community. Not to say that we're not interested in hunters coming in and using the facility, but it really, you're not going to see hunting rifles and hunting shotguns. You'll see the restricted firearms like handguns and rifles and the type of firearms that recreational shooters enjoy, sport shooters enjoy. At the same time, retail will include a research and development section. So that the team that we have in Iron Sights, all of whom are retired military and law enforcement professionals, can help go out into industry, and help find the right tools for the police and other organizations to do their job. So that's pretty important too. Just quickly, as I'm, like I said, Kerry Baker. I'm from Summerside, PEI. I was 25 years in the Army. I finished up my last 6 years or so working in the Canadian Special Operations Organization. I retired 6 years ago, set up my own little private security company, and I currently work as an instructor at the NATO Special Operations School over in Belgium, flying back and forth. But that job's getting kind of old, and the travel's getting old, and I'm looking for an opportunity to stay closer to home with my family as they're getting older, so hence the reason why I want to build this. As you can see there too, I'm not just a guy with tattoos. I've actually got a civil engineering degree from Tons in Halifax. And what else is there? That's pretty much it. Okay, so that's me in a nutshell. But at the same time, it's not just about me and what I bring to the facility. I've got a number of other individuals that have been here supporting me today. The guys that are all wearing the tan shirts with the Iron Sights logo. This is the type of high caliber individuals that I'm bringing into this facility to help with the recreational shooting as well as the military law enforcement security force organizations as well. Okay, so it's not just about a facility, it's about the people that are going to be working in there and providing this service to both target audiences. Okay, so understanding the need. Well, not a lot of people realize that just in Atlantic Canada alone, there's over 180,000 registered firearms owners, okay? 40,000 of which are those that like firing restricted firearms. Hence, everything that you see on the wall over there, handguns and military-style rifles, etc., 40,000 just in Atlantic Canada, and that number is on the rise. What we've typically seen in the industry is that whatever happens down in the States tends to migrate up here in 5-6 years. Later, we're starting to see the same sort of numbers. Okay, so more and more people in Canada as a whole are starting to get into the recreational shooting, the sport shooting, as a passion, a way to spend their free time. All right, another interesting point which caters to the law enforcement side, there are between 10 to 15,000 law enforcement security force professionals throughout Atlantic Canada, okay, that use firearms on a daily basis for their job, okay? And right now, there is no indoor range within Atlantic Canada that caters to rifles, where you can train inside. All right, and as you can see there as well, on an annual basis, about 10 to 15,000 soldiers cycle through CFB Gagetown, and the majority of these are avid shooters who in their spare time want the opportunity to keep enhancing their shooting skills, and access to a facility like this 24/7, 365 days a year is very attractive to them, because everybody knows here in New Brunswick we suffer through one of the hardest winter areas in Canada, 6 to 7 months of snow, and it's just not fun shooting outside when it's 30 below and snowing, etc. like that. All right, so there's obviously a need to provide them with a facility. As I mentioned, while there is several indoor pistol ranges, 25 meter in Atlantic Canada, there are no ranges that cater to rifles. When built, this will be the only indoor 50 meter range in Atlantic Canada, okay? Also, as you see right there, we're enhancing this facility so that it's not just shooting at paper target and steel targets, etc. It's going to be incorporated with a live fire video simulation system, just like the TI system that you see right here, or likely the TI system that you see right here, so that people can shoot with lasers before they go on to live ammunition, etc. So that's a huge piece to it. All right. So overall, 20,000 square foot facility, 5,000 square foot lodge, okay, that will house a retail section with a lounge for gun club members, a smart classroom where courses can be conducted, etc. Can be used by the police forces, etc. for after action review, after they do some training. The range itself is 12 lanes. 6 of those are what we call static lanes. Okay, and from that it's just basically shooting at paper targets from a static position. It'll also have 6 lanes of what we call tactical range, where police will be able to do more dynamic shooting, more of that walk and shoot type training, to include a breaching room so that the emergency response teams and other security organizations that have to conduct that, what we call method of entry training, in order to enter a building, in order to resolve a situation, can actually do live breaching training with shotguns, small explosive charges, and mechanical tools. All right. For the recreational piece, it's obviously, for us, it's all about providing that safe, controlled, learned environment, okay, so that people can enjoy their sport. That's the main effort there. Location, if anybody's not aware, the plan as it stands right now, okay, is to build this 5 minutes away from Kingswood, close to the Maritime Case Limited, okay. Obviously, having it close to Kingswood, we all think will help with the entertainment draw to Kingswood itself for the recreational shooting. And at the same time, from a law enforcement perspective, being close to a new hotel that Brian Johnson's about to put up, is an attractive aspect of it as well. Okay, but that's where it's going to be located. So that's the design concept. Nice hunting lodge look. The design is actually based on a Lindell Home package for a hunting lodge that currently exists in Newfoundland. Okay, but obviously, warm and inviting club atmosphere. This is the type of place that we want people to walk in and go, kapow, wow. This is where I want to come and spend my free time, and not just shoot, but enjoy the company of fellow shooters, and talk guns, talk military history, law enforcement history, etc., etc. So it's much more than just the range itself. As I mentioned, the range, 12 50-meter lanes. We've hired the best in the business, which is Shooting Range Industry down in Las Vegas, to help us with this design. Shooting Range Industries is at the top of the game when it comes to designing and building law enforcement and recreational shooting facilities down in the States. They've been used by CBSA, the military, and RCMP here in Canada. So they're a recognized range construction design and construction company that meets all of the different federal guidelines when it comes to building an indoor shooting range here in Canada. All right, and as you can see, as I mentioned, so the 12 50-meter lanes, static and tactical, and as you can see there in the middle of the bottom portion, kind of looks like a bit of a maze. That's the breaching room where we can put in breaching doors and breaching windows so that the police can practice that method of entry training. Okay, a few pictures just, you know, because it's always hard to kind of imagine, okay, what's some of the range hardware, but shooting range industry not only designs the range facility, but they provide a lot of the hardware. So we're looking at state-of-the-art shooting stalls, HVAC systems for the, you know, for the heating and ventilation, to include what we call explosion-proof HEPA filter vacuum systems, so that we can once again meet the needs of organizations like CBSA and RCMP, et cetera, that are very stringent on the health and safety factors of the range. You know, the air quality's got to meet their high standards, et cetera. So we've gone to the lengths through shooting range industry to make sure that that is going to be, you know, is going to meet all those requirements. As I mentioned there, it shows zero noise pollution and 100% ballistic containment. So from a outside the facility factor, there is zero risk of a bullet ever coming outside of the building because of the way it's built and the way the concrete walls are lined with AR-500 steel, and in some cases ballistic tiles. But at the same time, people in the lodge will not even know anybody's shooting. You'll just hear light little taps. So outside, there's zero noise pollution whatsoever caused by this. Cars driving into the parking lot will make more noise than people shooting inside the range. What's interesting about the top middle picture is that's the bullet trap system, and it is 100% reclamation system, meaning that every time a bullet is fired into there, it's not hitting sand, it's not hitting water, it's not hitting rubber particles that are usually the standard norm for construction. The bullet goes into a vertical cylinder, it spins round and round, it loses its energy, and it drops into the bucket. So at the end of the day, the staff undo a ice cream bucket full of you know, lead, and that can be taken to a precious metals facility, and we get money back for that. Okay, the retail itself, supported by the gun dealer and supported by Invictus Specialties. You know, the intent again is to bring in all the high-speed companies that are, you know, that have the markets down in the States, that have been migrating up in here to Canada, and have their product on the floor. This will be an evolving slide. You know, every year there are new companies coming out with better equipment, better firearms, et cetera, and part of the Iron Sights you know, plan is to go down and access this access industry and find the right tools, the best equipment, et cetera, and bring it up and sell it to support the community that enjoys the recreation and the law enforcement piece. Live fire system is big. We plan on putting 3 systems into the facility so that the system can be used. If everybody's had a chance to play with it, you can shoot at it with real guns, but with laser inserts and what we call CO2 cartridge recoil kits. But you can quickly transition to live fire with the systems as well. This is huge for a recreational, from a recreational perspective, because the sky is the limit when it comes to the type of computer games that you see on Xbox and PlayStation. Well, now you're taking that same type of gaming to the next level for the recreational shooter. For the law enforcement side, Special Security Organization, it provides a level of realism in a training environment that just cannot be matched any other way. Okay, and it offers multiple scenarios that police can practice on. In fact, if a scenario doesn't exist that the police want, for example, it's very easy to have these companies film locations and film scenarios that cater directly to the client. Okay, so our intent is to make maximum use of this, as I said, for both the recreational side and the law enforcement side. The lounge itself, the intent is for those that buy annual memberships, as well as those that come in for the daily memberships, the opportunity to sit down, relax in a nice lounge while they're waiting for their 30 minutes or an hour to go into the range. Okay, once again, this is all about creating a warm club type environment to keep people coming back over and over again. Other services that we're going to be providing, obviously, for those that don't own their own guns but they want to be part of the sport, well, we'll have firearms rental, just like they do in some of the gun ranges down in Las Vegas and places like that, where they get a lot of people going in, and it's always been on their bucket list of things to do. Well, we'll work the same way. We'll have everything that you see here is available for rent. That doesn't mean we're just going to give an individual a gun and let them walk into the range and do some shooting. What it means is that before they do, we're going to take them aside, give them a little bit of training, and then physically walk them out onto the range and have a one-on-one instructor, range safety officer with the person that's shooting. Because once again, safety is of paramount importance for us. All right, we're going to offer firearms cleaning using what we call hydrosonic baths, which is a state-of-the-art way of dunking a firearms, into what looks like a deep fat fryer, and it uses ultrasonic waves to clean all the carbon and crud off of a gun. For police forces, I can tell you this is a huge, because of the amount of time that people spend cleaning their guns when they wish they weren't. I mean, this is a huge time saver, and we'll be able to offer that service. That service will also be open for the recreational shooter too. And in fact, for some of the club membership parts, it will be included in the package. So that if somebody comes in, they want to go shooting, their gun can be stored in our facility. After they're finished shooting, we'll take the gun, we'll dunk it in the bath, so that the next time they come back, their gun is nice and clean, and they can enjoy their sport. Firearm storage. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of husbands out there that their wives have said, I don't mind you getting into the sport of shooting, but you're not keeping that gun in my house. Well, we'll offer the storage option for those type of people. And once again, some of the club packages, the membership packages, will include storage of your firearms if that's where you want to keep them. But those that aren't annual club members, then the option is there that they can, for a minimal fee, keep their gun in the facility for storage. And that storage will include cleaning their guns as well with the hydrosonic system. Hunting season, we'll cater to the hunters that want to come in and zero their scopes before they go out shooting. We can even use the simulation system that can actually replicate, even though the range is 50 meters, we can project targets that look like they're 300 meters away, so that when they're actually zeroing their guns, they can actually test fire them in a simulated environment to make sure that, hey, everything's good to go before they go out and try and bag their moose or deer, etc. Firearms customizing is a big industry down in the States. Everybody can see over here all these multicolor, the multicolored display. Well, down in the States now, there is a big draw to people that are buying their firearms that come in blacks and browns, etc. And using a hydrographic process, you can make your gun bling bling any way you want, and so and any accessories that you have for shooting as well can be customized. Invictus Specialties as well can help law enforcement customize the firearms and add all the different accessories like lasers, night vision, different types of scopes, etc., to tweak that firearm for the law enforcement professional so that it's just the way he wants it. Okay. I talked about metal reclamation, organized sporting events and competition. This is a huge draw, and it's getting bigger and bigger in Canada. And using something like TI simulation system allows us to enhance that sporting and competition atmosphere and environment. We can basically have one team shooting here in Fredericton, while another team is shooting using the same TI system in California. They can both be shooting at the same range at the same time, and we can see their score, they can see our score, et cetera, et cetera. All right, and then obviously we want to cater to social events. You know, we see the opportunity here for birthday parties, stagette parties, corporate events, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so we'll be in a position to support those at cost, you know, so that people can come in, have some fun shooting using the simulation system, et cetera, and cater some food and stuff like that at the same time. Economic impact, well, we're looking at a $3+ million project. When we open, we anticipate about 20 full and part-time positions in the facility, and then after maybe about a year or two, when we figure we're at peak capacity, we could be looking as well at as much as 30 full and part-time positions. Okay, it really does support the sort of helmets to hard hat project or initiative that I'm not sure everybody's heard of, but that's taking retired military and law enforcement first responders, you know, that you know, did their service for country, God, and Queen, and now they're looking for a second career, you know, but they want to sort of stay in that sort of career environment. Well, all our staff will be those type of people. We think it's going to have a huge impact on the tourism piece. Especially being in its proposed location this close to Kingswood. You know, and Brian Johnson and I have been talking about this on and off for the last almost year now, and I think Brian thinks that once his hotel is up and running and his indoor water park, etc., that this will just be one more attraction, a draw to bring people here to Fredericton for weekends, etc., especially in the cold winter months, when they're just looking for a long weekend escape plan from wherever. They can come in, they can stay and enjoy the Kingswood facility, and our plan is to bring people over to the range and let them have fun shooting in the evenings or during the day, etc. Spin-off revenues are potentially huge, okay? Not just from the tourism piece, but from the law enforcement perspective. While we don't have a lot of law enforcement reps here tonight, I can tell you firsthand that I've been working closely with them for the better part of a year and a half now on this project. The design meets and exceeds all of their training facility requirements. They are chomping at the bit to get this place open so that they can get in there and start training. What does that mean? I mentioned earlier there's about 10,000 plus security force professionals in Atlantic Canada. Okay, if we can even just capture 20-25% of those cycling through on a weekly basis, you know, you could see anywhere, you know, from 25 to 50 police officers coming in to do training for a week. Well, these people have to stay in hotels. They've got to eat in our restaurants. You know, they've got to go out and have some fun in the evening. So the spin-offs are huge. Not to mention the fact that, you know, the taxes that the province and the community of Hanwell will glean from this will be phenomenal too, we think. Opportunities, we're going to cater to basically three groups. The first being that short-term military group. What tends to happen, a lot of military personnel, as I mentioned, between 10 to 15,000 on an annual basis cycle through CFB Gagetown. Some of them come for a month, some of them come for several months, some of them stay here for half a year. Okay, they deploy or they come in from Edmonton or Petawawa, all over Canada. They want to be able to take their restricted firearm with them and still enjoy their sport and enhance their training opportunities on their off time. Okay, so our plan is to cater to those individuals so that when they fly in from Edmonton, with an authority to transport their firearm, we'll store the firearm in the range, and they'll get a club membership for 1, 3, or 6 months. You know, rather than trying to suck a year's worth of club membership out of them, you know, this will keep the price down for them, make it attractive for them, include the storage and the gun cleaning as well. Okay, but give them a facility to enjoy. We'll have gold and platinum, and those will be based on single, couple, and family memberships. We will have a discount for military and first responders that sign up for the annual membership. Okay, as a way of saying thanks for all the hard work and service that you've done. And then obviously we're looking at corporate membership. So we'll offer the opportunity to different businesses to use the facility. I mean, because down in the States, ranges like this have done very well with team building events and corporate events, et cetera, like that. Safety. I've said this a number of times. At the moment, we're not looking to conduct the Canadian Fire Safety Course, Restricted Fire Safety Course, and the Hunter Safety Course, because those are controlled by the province right now. That's not to say that we won't be supporting and conducting that training, in the future. I've had discussions with the CFO, Minister of Public Safety, and once we're up and running, my hope is that it will become what I call a no-brainer, that this facility will be the perfect place to conduct that type of training. Until that time, though, we will offer basic and advanced pistol courses, basic and advanced rifle courses, etc. Okay. At the end of the day, though, as I've said, safety is our #1 priority, making sure that those that do come, regardless of what courses they're doing, what type of shooting they're doing, get to do so in that controlled, safe, and learned environment. Somebody that's been helping me very, a lot with this project over the last 6 months is Jed Stonehouse from Stonehouse Marketing Group in Halifax, okay, who's also been helping with the new Kingswood project. I'm going to let Jed talk about the potential investment opportunities, because what we're trying to do here is we're approaching this as some golf clubs do, in that we, the 3 principal investors that are looking to build this, want to open the door for a number of small investment opportunities, for people that are passionate about the recreational, shooting sport as we are. The opportunity to own a small slice of what I call, gun heaven, to come in and use that. So without further ado, Jed.
We've put together this package, and it's taking advantage of the New Brunswick Small Business Tax Credit. So the neat thing, we've got our investment unit, which gives you 375 shares in the company, which allows you to share in the benefits as well as the profits of the company in that. And so for a $30,000 investment, the New Brunswick Small Business Tax Credit is 50%. So you're able to claim $15,000 back on any provincial taxes you will be paying. If for some reason you're not paying that much that year, you can go back a couple years and ahead 3 years, and you have that opportunity to make sure you get the full $15,000. So that's a nice piece. It's also going to be RRSP eligible. So if you have room on your RSP, that $30,000 goes right against your income, the same as it would with a regular RSP investment. So you're sort of double dipping, and depending on your tax rate, 35 to 45%, it takes another $10,500 off. If you're already at a maximum with your investments in your RSP, you can transfer monies from an existing investment you have and into a self-directed that would allow you to move that money at no cost. You won't get additional tax savings, but it won't cost you to move the money, so it works well for you in that as well. Each of the owner members will also have a couple's VIP Platinum 10-year membership. So you will have free access as a VIP member and as an owner to the facility for that 10-year period. So when we take all of that off of the $30,000, all of a sudden it feels a lot more comfortable. So it's a really neat way that the province is allowing you to invest in a New Brunswick company, create new jobs, create economic impact while you're doing something that you love and you enjoy. So we want to make that available. There's a maximum of 35 going to be available, and we have some good interest so far. That's it. I'll turn it back to Kerry.
I think this is an awesome opportunity for the province, for Atlantic Canada, for the city of Fredericton and the township of Hanwell. I think you know, we've put together a facility that will cater to and meet, exceed the needs of the recreational shooting community and the law enforcement community. I think anybody that buys into this small investor package will reap some rewards, knock on wood, down the road, because as I said today, the response was absolutely huge.